And it's cool. It's funny. You get the joke, but this is goddamn ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah.
And so you work at a golf course,
Yeah.
and I was down in your part of town a couple weeks ago, and we talked about something that goes on at your course, and it was the stealing of range balls. In my brain, I was like, "Are you serious?" Like I've seen it here and there where you go out on the course and a random range ball will be out there, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. That's weird. Did somebody, run short or not realize they only had like three balls in the bag
Right.
and pulled one out? But on Reddit, online, a picture surfaced of a guy stealing range balls at a course. And, you know, there's just a handful of golf sins out there in the world. And I think this is one of them. Tell me what you think the punishment should be for somebody stealing range balls. What should their ultimate punishment be? I'm very curious what you think.
I mean, you got to get blacklisted, but like there's no way you should be allowed back, bro. Like you just it and but you know me, I'm just ready to flame this guy. Like look at how he looks like he ready to get he just ready. Like his pants up super high, like he flooding, like I mean like he
You already
deserves
know the type. You already
exactly.
know the type. High waisted pants.
And I think like especially when it comes to like nicer ranges, like I think it's even more aggravating for me because you know our range is decent, but it's not like we're not using Pro V1 X outs. We're not using the Callaway Chrome Soft X outs and pro practice balls and stuff like that. We're using rinky dink like not name brand stuff, and they're
Right.
flighted balls. Like you're not getting the full potential out of them. You're not getting any spin out of them. So you definitely deserve to get banned because you're taking BS to the course, and it's like you don't want to spend real money on golf balls. Okay, well that's a part of being prepared. You need to go to academy, get those reloads, get those refurbs, or get on eBay. They sell them, a hundred balls for $30. Some guy that picked them up out of the water. You don't even have to do
Right.
this, and you can get an actual regular golf ball. So to me, I think the repercussions should be a lot more extreme, just because of past experience and just a little PTSD. But like, I just, I mean, what would you think as a player and as
Well,
a person that
okay.
did out in practices?
So a couple of facts I think, or things that came out in the conversation. So I think this course was out in California somewhere, and I believe that this is a nicer course. You can kind of tell by the mats that they have out in the setup that it's
And
probably
and
a
everything.
higher tier course.
Mhm.
And I think the balls were tailor made branded, if I recall correctly from the comment section. If it was me, if I was the rule maker and saw somebody doing this, I think courses within that a certain mile range, whether that be 20 miles within a city, should post this gentleman's picture, name if they can identify him, and have this posted in all these courses and say that he's no longer welcome in this location. I think this is egregious. I don't know how many he got in his bag. Clearly, the bucket's empty at this point, and the guy was able to get a picture at the very end of this incident. But
Right.
to me, this requires that you don't play within, again, 20 miles. Maybe not forever. I think maybe a permanent banning from this particular course.
Yeah.
Um, and then within 2 years or a year and other area courses, just being on notice that this was super egregious. I would imagine that this dude's a member at this particular course. There's a comfort level to me about or arrogance about just doing this
Right.
and a range full of people. You can see bags in the background. Clearly, this gentleman was right behind him, able to take a picture within a few feet. Egregious. So
Doesn't
your
look
attitude.
discreet at all.
We'll say that again.
I said, bro, doesn't look discreet at all about this picture he taking. Like,
No,
you can fool me.
no, and I think there's a trick, hole in one trick shot guy. He does a lot of videos on Instagram and all the social medias, and I think he has one where he's like using a wedge and he You
Just
know, again,
pocket
he
the
does trick
ball.
shots, so he flips one in his pocket,
Yeah,
and it's cool. It's funny. You get the joke,
yeah,
but this is goddamn ridiculous,
yeah.
honestly.
This
Um,
is stupid.
so to me, lifetime ban from this particular course, and then other courses in the area put on notice that this dude. You know, I feel like this should be, um, punishable by that. Would I call the police and get the law involved? No, it's not that. It's
Yeah,
not that serious. But as a golf violation, it's serious.
yeah. And I think you're right. He might actually be a member, bro, because it's just like what you say. You know the kind, and it's like he probably the guy that's like, "What do you mean? I pay for the membership, right? This is a part of the amenities, huh? Come on, man." Definitely
Yeah,
messed
it's
up.
ridiculous.